If you have ever wondered how humans first discovered the act of smoking thousands of years ago, then this is the complete and fascinating story you need to hear from the very beginning. Most people believe that smoking started when tobacco was discovered in the Americas, but the real history of smoking actually goes back much further than anyone has ever imagined before this moment. Around 1.5 million years ago, early humans made one of the most important discoveries in human history when they finally learned how to control and use fire for their daily needs. At first, they only used fire for basic survival needs like staying warm, cooking their food, and protecting themselves from wild animals. But one day, while they were sitting around the fire, something completely unexpected happened when they started throwing certain types of leaves and plants into the flames by accident. When some of these plants were burned, the smoke that came out had a very strong and unusual smell that began to affect the way they felt inside their bodies. One of the ancient humans decided to move closer to the fire and breathe in the thick smoke that was rising from the burning leaves and plants on the ground near the flames. The smoke had a very strong and powerful effect on him and made him feel calm and relaxed in a way he had never experienced before this moment in time during his entire life. The other humans who were watching became very curious and started to lean forward so they could also try breathing in the smoke from the fire with great interest. After breathing in the smoke, all of them began to feel more relaxed, and their movements became slower as they sat quietly around the fire in the morning light. They started experimenting with different kinds of leaves and plants to see what kind of smoke and effects they could create from the fire during their daily life. This moment marked the beginning of a new habit that would stay with humans for thousands of years and change the course of history forever in many different ways. After experiencing the effects of the smoke, the ancient humans began to do it more often whenever they gathered around the fire during their daily activities in the morning and evening. They started to notice that some plants created a much stronger and more pleasant smokes compared to others, while some plants did not have the same relaxing effect on their bodies and minds as they had hoped. The group began to collect specific leaves and plants that gave them the best feeling whenever they burned them in the fire during their gatherings around the campsite. This new activity slowly became a regular part of their daily routine whenever they sat together around the fire after hunting and gathering food for the entire group. Over time, the act of burning certain plants became something they looked forward to at the end of each day when they rested near the warmth of the fire. What started as a simple accident gradually turned into a repeated behavior that would later become one of the oldest habits in human history across many generations. As time passed, some of the ancient humans began to share this new habit with other groups they met during their travels and daily interactions in the surrounding areas and nearby camps. More and more humans started joining the activity, and soon larger groups began sitting together around the fire to enjoy the effects of the smoke during their regular gatherings. They soon noticed that different plants created very different effects, with some making them feel calm, while others made them feel more energetic and awake after breathing in the smoke. Burning leaves slowly became a social activity that brought the group together and helped them bond during their time spent around the fire every day after hunting and gathering. Older members of the group began teaching younger ones how to select and burn the best leaves, passing down this new habit through generations of their community over many years. What began as a simple discovery gradually became an important part of their daily culture and way of life for many generations across different groups and regions.